A mysterious Nighthawk appeared in the darkness, sparking curiosity about an ancient legend. They ignored the matter and focused on their own problems. They learned that a hitman connected to the Tachibana family had arrived in town. One of the men was found dead, but the others dismissed it as just another rumor. The mysterious shadow struck without warning. Soon after, another victim was found dead. The massacre was quickly covered up. The night hunter vanished into the darkness. They invited the coach to join them. She was left speechless. She reacted strangely to the invitation. She realized who had arrived. They talked while she tried to hide her embarrassment. 8 years had passed since the last hunt. She realized how much they had changed over time. She learned his age. She was simply reminiscing about the past. She refused without hesitation. She criticized the choices that led him to that situation. She nearly lost her composure from the teasing. She realized he needed a job. They discussed the agency's decline and the return of an old legend. She was offered a chance to return to work. She refused immediately. She revealed how much she hated that job. She made it clear she wouldn't change her mind. He simply complained about the situation. The return of Nighthawk caught the company's attention. He suggested she return to work. She proudly showed off her mischief. He decided to try convincing her. A cruel order was given. He noticed the threat too late. She teased him while he ignored her. He offered her some food. She lost her appetite. She carried on without a care. The two continued together in silence. He prepared to make his move. She realized his true intentions. She stayed alert. She took down the attackers in an instant. He realized too late who his opponent was. She summoned her hawk and set off on the hunt. The hunt began. She kept him in check with a silent threat. She made it clear she could start hunting again. She rejected the offer and chose to follow her own path. She panicked when she remembered her drink. She realized too late that she had lost her last drink. She demanded her drink back. He remained calm in the face of the threat. She seemed to be returning to her old habits. She was surprised to hear about the legend's return. She returned to an unfriendly welcome. She recognized the landlord and tried to act casual. She was confronted about her overdue rent. She tried to justify herself, but knew she was running out of options. She was harshly confronted about her messy life. She tried to defend herself, but the truth hit hard. The landlord decided he could no longer keep helping her. She was given an ultimatum: pay the debt or be evicted. She was stunned by the ultimatum. She accepted the harsh reality of eviction. She realized just how desperate her financial situation had become. She looked completely defeated. He realized she was already drowning in her own troubles. She made an over-the-top entrance to grab attention. She showed up exhausted after searching everywhere for him. Desperate, she begged for a job. She described her perfect job in an absurdly lazy way. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. She tried to catch her breath before continuing. He warned her to take the situation more seriously. She bragged about her past, trying to preserve her dignity. He decided to start with something simple. She accepted the harsh truth about how she'd changed. She tried to turn her situation into an advantage with a ridiculous argument. She bet everything on her own confidence. He realized something was out of place. He urged her to hurry while she pulled out an old, filthy jacket, nostalgically pointing out the stitches from a near-fatal gunshot wound. He stared at the jacket, visibly unsettled. She announced she was changing, telling him to brace himself. He turned away, struggling with the situation. She changed into the old jacket while he watched in silence, speechless. Both stayed silent, visibly uncomfortable. She demanded praise for squeezing into it. He dryly acknowledged she was indeed wearing it. She squeezed into her old outfit proudly, oblivious to the ridiculous result. He dryly noted she hadn't checked the mirror. As usual, the tight outfit left her uncomfortable, while he coldly remarked she was nothing like her younger self. She snapped, demanding he stop picking on her. The jacket ripped as he told her to face reality. The scale revealed she had gained 18 kilograms since her active days. She refused to hear it. Defeated, she accepted the job under one condition: get back in shape. He told her she had no choice but to work hard. She ran, screaming in despair. She broke down, crying over her fate. He sent her running, coldly exploiting her desperation. He coldly sent her off to run. She envied a young girl passing by. She quietly recalled being young like that, then noticed something suspicious. The girl was being followed. She watched silently, then followed. The man received payment instructions and a video file. She caught him filming upskirts for money. She taunted him, casually browsing through his footage. He pulled a weapon and demanded his phone back. Unfazed, she reminded him exactly who he was dealing with. She took him down instantly. The whole thing was caught on camera. She pinned him down, fully in control. She took down the stalker with a single strike, proving she was still a hunter. She recovered the phone and ended it in an instant. She realized her back was no longer what it used to be. She realized how much he had changed over time. She decided to run a little longer before thinking about food. She was left speechless. He realized she had disappeared again. She got distracted by food while unexpected news appeared on TV. He suspected there was more behind the death. A rumor emerged that the CEO had been murdered. They suspected the police were hiding the truth. They realized important figures were being eliminated one after another. He wished it would all end soon. He was hardly impressed. The city hid an old war. He prepared to act. He left a warning before leaving. He was annoyed by the warning. He began to question his choices. He was shocked to see her again. She showed up as if nothing had happened. The legend of Nighthawk returned to the shadows. She revealed that the legend was still alive. An armed crowd charged forward, but Nighthawk remained still. The first attacker charged without hesitation. Nighthawk cut through her enemies in an instant. The remaining attackers hesitated before Nighthawk's speed. In seconds, Nighthawk defeated everyone around her. Years later, the feared Nighthawk was still a legend. An unfamiliar girl caught his attention. An unexpected girl appeared at his door. She made an overly dramatic and embarrassing entrance. She caused a scene while trying to introduce the girl. She accepted any job to survive. She celebrated her victory and enjoyed her new job. She casually gave advice while continuing to drink. The girl admitted she was scared despite trying to stay strong. She explained that working was necessary to keep living. She tried to drown reality in alcohol. She got even drunker and kept praising the girl. She suggested the girl find someone special. She realized who the girl was talking about. She denied it, but her reaction gave her away. She believed their relationship belonged to the past. She revealed she had known him since their school days. She realized she knew very little about his past. She hid her past behind a joke. They decided to talk about the past while the drinking continued. She came up with absurd theories about his past, but none of them seemed right. She kept coming up with increasingly absurd theories. She headed to the balcony while the conversation continued. She was surprised to learn that he had once been a hitman. She silently reflected on the past while gazing into the night. She returned to work while he realized everything was going smoothly. They discovered that the CEO's death was already affecting the black market. He realized two factions were about to clash. They realized Nighthawk could become the key figure in the war to come. They realized Nighthawk had become everyone's target. They toasted to Nighthawk's return as tensions continued to rise. He enjoyed the moment as everything seemed to be going according to plan. He realized the weight of everything was falling on his shoulders. She decided to reveal the truth about her past. She realized the girl genuinely wanted to know the truth. She revealed her past in an unexpected and embarrassing way. The girl didn't believe it for a second. She coped with life stress through food and drinks. She realized even the food in her fridge was about to expire. She finally found what she needed. She wasted hours doing nothing, trapped between distractions and laziness. She decided to reward herself with cheap food to forget her problems. She finished her shopping with sweets and alcohol to escape reality. She cooked while filling the apartment with smoke. She turned her meal into a calorie bomb without a hint of regret. She proudly finished her over-the-top meal. She finally dug into her homemade feast without hesitation. She tasted the meal and was shocked by the result. She loved the chaotic mix of flavors and kept eating non-stop. She finished the meal satisfied, completely ignoring the consequences. She relaxed after her meal until an unexpected call interrupted her peace. She fell asleep surrounded by the mess and leftovers from her meal. She slept deeply, exhausted after overindulging once again. Something unusual caught his attention at work. He continued investigating the area after noticing something unusual. He found a shocking scene. Another victim had been executed. They were shocked as they faced another victim of the massacre. An unexpected reunion took place amid the chaos. They found another victim and treated the murder as if it were almost routine. They discovered that the faction war was creating opportunities for those who survived. They realized the situation was becoming more and more dangerous. He eliminated his ally without warning, proving that no one was safe. He executed the man without hesitation and moved on. He left the scene behind as if nothing had happened. He changed the plan and asked for help disposing of another body. He finally realized who was behind the killings. They discovered that Nighthawk had become the next target. He realized the situation was even worse than he had imagined. A new piece entered the game, drawing Kennetsuna's attention. A rumor spread that Nighthawk was active again. They decided to make the rumors about Nighthawk official. He was entrusted with handling Nighthawk if the situation spiraled out of control. An unexpected call caught his attention and left him concerned. A desperate plea for help came from the other end of the line. He found her unconscious amid the mess of her apartment. She woke up and realized he had come to help her. She woke up in a panic and complained about the consequences of her own excesses. He revealed that the situation was far worse than she had imagined. She learned that the legend of Nighthawk had spread, making her the next target. He realized too late that Nighthawk's identity had already been exposed. She realized someone had already taken her picture before. She felt like she was being watched, but ignored the danger. She just wanted him to be a little kinder to her. She complained about how she was being treated while suffering the consequences of her excesses. She begged for care and affection while recovering. She demanded that he solve all of her problems at once. He left her in a safe place and ordered her not to leave the house. She remained silent as she watched him leave. She was already thinking about ignoring the warning and leaving as soon as she felt better. She grew bored, unable to stay still for long. She realized too late that something important had disappeared. She went out in search of food, guided only by her hunger. She found exactly what she was looking for. She enjoyed a rare moment of peace while buying her favorite food. She enjoyed her food, unaware that someone was watching her. He finally found Nighthawk, confirming that the rumors were true. He silently watched Nighthawk, unable to take his eyes off her. He continued tracking Nighthawk through the quiet streets. Nighthawk struck first, but the man reacted instantly and opened fire. She faced a pursuer as he caught his breath after the clash. He confirmed that Nighthawk was still dangerous, but believed he had the upper hand in that situation. She seemed more worried about her food getting cold than the danger in front of her. He finally started taking Nighthawk seriously. He prepared for the fight, while Nighthawk finally accepted the confrontation. Nighthawk narrowly dodged and prepared to strike back. Nighthawk charged forward without fear. Seeing her speed, the man realized he was facing a true legend. The man reacted at the last second, but Nighthawk had already broken through his defense and taken control of the fight. Nighthawk dodged and left the man exposed. The man realized too late that he had lost the advantage. Nighthawk disarmed the man in a single move, leaving him stunned. Even disarmed, the man tried to fight back, but Nighthawk kept the pressure on without giving him an opening. The man drew a knife, but Nighthawk remained calm. Nighthawk dodged the attack without flinching. Even cornered, the man charged forward with two knives. Nighthawk blocked the attack and countered instantly. Despite being hurt, the man regained some distance and prepared to keep fighting. Nighthawk began to feel the strain of the fight. As her exhaustion became apparent, a new threat emerged from the shadows and set its sights on Nighthawk. Even exhausted, Nighthawk remained steadfast. Her opponent refused to let his guard down. Nighthawk remained silent as the man continued to advance cautiously. Nighthawk lunged forward unexpectedly. The man realized the danger too late. Nighthawk disarmed the man. A new figure emerged from the shadows. Nighthawk struck before the new threat could act. Nighthawk charged forward without hesitation. The man finally understood the mistake he had made. Nighthawk stood firm as her opponent finally understood the gap between them. Nighthawk won. Before her, the man lay defeated. When he returned home, he discovered that Nighthawk had gone out again. During the call, Nighthawk revealed that she had been attacked by a hitman, confirming his fears. Nighthawk admitted that the situation had gotten out of control. Nighthawk admitted fault, but refused to explain further. Nighthawk lost control and defeated the man. Shaken after the fight, Nighthawk asked for help getting home. Despite her reluctance, Nighthawk accepted the help. After the fight, Nighthawk listed everything she needed to recover. The man woke up after his defeat. After the confrontation, he learned that he had been found unconscious hours later. A familiar figure reappeared after a long time. He was taken to a safe hideout, away from prying eyes. After waking up, he was pressured to explain how he had been defeated. He realized how badly he had been injured. Hearing the name Nighthawk, he realized he had faced a legend. He realized that rumors of Nighthawk's return had already spread. He handed the body over to the authorities and began gathering information about the incident. After the chaos, Nighthawk relaxed with a drink, enjoying a rare moment of peace. Nighthawk enjoyed the hospitality while casually arguing with him. While enjoying her drink, Nighthawk wanted to know the latest news. Nighthawk celebrated the reward, proud of having completed the job. Even out of shape, Nighthawk managed to defeat the target without killing him. After receiving a rare compliment, Nighthawk became completely excited. Nighthawk's excitement vanished the moment she heard the criticism. After calming down, Nighthawk listened to the details about the hitman she had defeated. The defeated man was an elite hitman, known for completing missions few could accomplish. Defeating the hitman put Nighthawk at the center of the city's attention. Nighthawk realized she had become the primary target of every agency. From that moment on, the entire industry began hunting Nighthawk. Even facing danger, Nighthawk was more concerned about her own dignity. He began to wonder if he was the only one taking the situation seriously. He warned that Nighthawk could not return home and would need to stay hidden. Nighthawk complained about the situation, while he had already expected that reaction. Even in hiding, Nighthawk kept trying to enjoy the moment. Nighthawk's return threatened to plunge the entire city into a new conflict. Facing the crisis, they sought outside help to deal with the situation. Even exhausted, Nighthawk kept acting as if nothing was wrong. Drunk and completely relaxed, Nighthawk kept causing trouble inside the hideout. Suddenly, Nighthawk found herself surrounded by violence once again. When he woke up, he found Nighthawk collapsed on the floor amid the chaos. In silence, he checked the situation before walking away. After all the chaos, the two sat in silence, enjoying a rare moment of peace. The next day, Nighthawk spent her time relaxing and distracted inside the hideout. While relaxing alone, Nighthawk was interrupted by an unexpected visitor. She told the visitor to make herself at home. While cooking for the visitor, Nighthawk took the opportunity to tease her. Nighthawk accepted the girl's gratitude and was happy to help her. Nighthawk revealed that she had been paid for her latest job, surprising the girl. The girl was shocked to learn that Nighthawk planned to spend most of her payment before even paying the rent. Nighthawk was already planning to spend the money before the landlord showed up. As the food finished cooking, Nighthawk insisted on saving the money for future battles. The two enjoyed their meal together during a rare moment of peace. While eating, Nighthawk spoke about a new mission that would soon demand her attention. With a mission approaching, Nighthawk invited the girl to come along. The duo headed to a new destination, where an intense race was about to begin. Nighthawk cheered for the race, revealing exactly where she planned to spend her money. Nighthawk revealed that the race was only a warm-up for something much bigger. Nighthawk showed that she was taking the race far more seriously than it seemed. Nighthawk treated her bet as an offering, believing luck would reward her in return. While the girl admired the horses up close, Nighthawk could only complain about the smell. Nighthawk carefully watched the horse. After observing the horse, Nighthawk concluded that it didn't look ready to win. Nighthawk imagined a conversation with the horse and convinced herself that it still had a chance to win. While looking at the horse, Nighthawk imagined a tragic story behind it and began rooting for its victory even more. Despite being hurt, the horse kept running, making Nighthawk admire it even more. The horse's determination moved Nighthawk, making her root for its victory. Convinced by the story she imagined, Nighthawk placed her bet on the horse and believed it would win. While walking around the venue, Nighthawk ran into some acquaintances and decided to introduce her new companion. Nighthawk introduced her companion to a group of eccentric friends who frequented the venue. Nighthawk defended her bet with confidence, while the others doubted the horse's chances. While everyone doubted it, Nighthawk kept believing the horse would win. Nighthawk believed the horse was running for something far greater than just victory. Against all odds, Nighthawk won the bet and celebrated her luck. Even after winning, Nighthawk was already thinking about the next race. Excited by her win, Nighthawk rushed off toward her next bet. The next bet ended in disaster, leaving Nighthawk completely devastated. After losing everything, Nighthawk begged for more time to pay her debts. While dealing with her problems, Nighthawk received an unexpected call. After avoiding eviction, Nighthawk received a new call. Unknowingly, she was about to step into a new conflict. As tensions rose across the city, Nighthawk learned that more people were joining the hunt against her. Even surrounded by problems, Nighthawk tried to change the subject with a completely random conversation. While chatting absent-mindedly, Nighthawk noticed someone approaching from behind. As she walked away, Nighthawk heard a warning from someone who seemed to know more than he should. Even distracted by the phone call, Nighthawk failed to notice that a new threat was already aiming a gun at her. When he suddenly lost contact with Nighthawk, he realized something was wrong. Nighthawk effortlessly took down the threat, and even made sure to tease him before ending the call. After defeating another enemy, Nighthawk realized that all this trouble might earn her even more money. Even confident, Nighthawk learned that a new and dangerous hunter had joined the chase. As the city descended into chaos, a new and brutal fighter carved a path to his enemies by sheer force. After defeating their targets, two hunters met for the first time and realized they had been hunting the same prey. Nighthawk met someone just as dangerous as herself. Without hesitation, Nighthawk challenged the mysterious hunter. Nighthawk recalled an old clash and wanted to know more about that hunter's past. Even after the warning, Nighthawk didn't take the man seriously. The hunter carried the scars of a brutal battle he had never forgotten. Shortly after, the girl arrived in a hurry, interrupting the conversation. Upon arriving at the hideout, the girl found an unexpected group gathered around the mysterious hunter. The girl was introduced to the group and met another of Nighthawk's allies. Marina met the rest of the group and began getting acquainted with Nighthawk's allies. While everyone warmly welcomed Marina, the massive hunter remained silent, watching the group. The group thanked Marina for helping them and finally welcomed her as part of the team. As the group gathered, their true objective was revealed: to hunt down and eliminate Nighthawk. The veteran warned the group that defeating Nighthawk would be far harder than they imagined. The veteran revealed that he had already faced someone involved in the hunt for Nighthawk and was defeated. While discussing the hunt, some members underestimated Nighthawk more than they should have. While investigating Nighthawk, the group gathered basic information about her identity and daily life. After discovering a new interest of Nighthawk, the group decided to use it to lure her into a trap. While planning the trap, one member revealed a simple yet dangerous way to capture Nighthawk. As the group continued planning the hunt, Marina began growing closer to the other members. The leader suggested testing the plan immediately, while the veteran remained skeptical. The group put their plan into action and tested the poison on the veteran. Even injured, the veteran resisted the poison longer than everyone expected. The poison finally took effect, bringing down even the tough veteran. After seeing the results, the group decided to use the poison as part of their plan against Nighthawk. With the plan set, the group decided to relax and celebrate before the hunt began. The group decided to put their plan into motion during the weekend race. While enjoying the calm of the night, Nighthawk had no idea that a hunt against her had already begun. The race finally began, marking the start of a decisive weekend. As the race progressed, the crowd watched every moment with great anticipation. While everyone watched the race, Nighthawk was preparing for the real battle that lay ahead. Nighthawk arrived at the race venue and found her allies gathered, ready to watch the big event. Even after losing everything, Nighthawk had already recovered the money and kept betting without regret. Confident in his bet, he believed this would finally be his big win. While waiting for the main race, Nighthawk teased her friends and enjoyed the relaxed atmosphere. While discussing their bets, Nighthawk wanted to know who the others believed would win the race. While waiting for the main race, everyone discussed their picks and prepared to do their best. She was surprised. Someone interrupted the group. Yotaka left the group to use the restroom. The group accepted Yotaka's excuse and told her to return quickly. Yotaka said goodbye and went on her way. She realized she had been noticed. She tried to act, but was stopped. She was shocked by the strength of the grip. She realized she was facing someone far more dangerous than she had imagined. She dragged the suspect to a more private place to talk. She warned that she had no time and tried to end the situation quickly. The suspect tried to escape, but was quickly taken down and restrained. The suspect prepared to fight back. She decided to end the confrontation before anyone arrived. A new attacker suddenly appeared and rushed in to help the suspect. The new attacker charged in, but she reacted instantly. Both realized they had underestimated their opponent. She dodged the attack and countered without hesitation. She realized her opponent was fast, but not strong enough. She disarmed one of the attackers and took control of the fight. She blocked the attack and kept the upper hand. She revealed an unexpected ability, shocking her opponent. She seized the opening and took down both opponents at once. The attackers began feeling the effects of her ability and realized too late what had happened. With the fight over, she left both opponents lying on the floor. She watched the defeated pair as the effects of her ability continued to take hold. She finally allowed her opponent to speak. After defeating her, she demanded answers about how many enemies were involved. Her pressure made the opponent hesitate before answering. The opponent acted silly instead of answering, leaving her confused. After defeating both of them, she was unsure what to do next. She realized someone had walked in and regretted how the situation had turned out. A man appeared, recognized Nighthawk, and offered to help. The man revealed that he worked for public security, though under strict supervision. Nighthawk questioned the man's identity and why he was helping her. The man covered up the incident while Nighthawk complained about the situation. Nighthawk learned there were 7 enemies and was relieved there weren't more. Nighthawk called for backup and ordered everyone to stay put until the situation was resolved. After learning she would miss the race, Nighthawk panicked and desperately insisted on watching it. Nighthawk was shocked to learn someone had taken down all the enemies without drawing attention. Nighthawk begged for a chance to watch the race and promised to help clean up the mess. After returning, Nighthawk argued with Shinoda about the chaos she had caused. As things settled down, Nighthawk stopped to buy food, much to Shinoda's frustration. While eating peacefully, Nighthawk ignored the complaints and continued following her own plan. A stranger showed interest in Nighthawk and decided to approach her. She noticed that the stranger was armed. Nighthawk sensed something unusual as she crossed paths with the stranger. Nighthawk kept watching the stranger as he disappeared into the crowd. The stranger revealed his intentions and made his move. The stranger sat calmly and waited for the right moment to act. Nighthawk identified one of the targets and alerted Shinoda before taking action. Nighthawk pretended to be concerned to get close to the target without raising suspicion. Nighthawk took down another target, confirmed that 4 enemies remained, and realized she still had time before the race. A woman caught Nighthawk's attention as she moved through the crowd. Nighthawk identified 2 more suspects hidden among the crowd. Nighthawk moved forward while one of the suspects began following her through the crowd. The suspect tried to launch a surprise attack, but Nighthawk blocked it at the last second. Nighthawk disarmed the suspect and took control of the situation. Nighthawk noticed another enemy approaching and prepared to respond. The 2 suspects revealed their weapons and moved into attack. Surrounded by 2 enemies, Nighthawk reacted quickly and blocked both attacks at the same time. Nighthawk spun between the 2 enemies and struck them both at once. After taking down both enemies, Nighthawk remained calm while they were left stunned. Nighthawk realized the 2 were already out of the fight and turned her attention to the final target. Nighthawk realized a civilian had wandered into the middle of the fight. Shinoda stopped the last suspect just in time, leaving Nighthawk relieved. Shinoda revealed that it was simply part of public security's job. Nighthawk praised Shinoda as they quietly removed the suspects. Realizing something was wrong, he decided to handle the problem himself. One of the attackers taunted Nighthawk with a confident smile. Shinoda was impressed by her speed and reach. While tracking the remaining targets, Nighthawk learned that only 2 enemies were left before she could focus on the race again. One of the last targets revealed himself and invited Nighthawk for a talk, recognizing her reputation. As they walked, the man praised Nighthawk and tried to get closer to her, while Shinoda watched in silence. Nighthawk played along with the teasing and responded confidently, leaving the man pleased with her reaction. As they talked, the man said that Nighthawk reminded him of someone from his past. The man attacked, but Nighthawk reacted instantly. The two continued talking as they walked together. The man revealed who she reminded him of, leaving Nighthawk surprised by the information. After hearing the compliment, Nighthawk got distracted for a moment and was caught off guard by an attack. Even during the fight, Nighthawk remained calm and confident. As they talked, Nighthawk reflected on how her life had changed since retiring. Nighthawk appreciated the company of others. The two left the crowd to talk in private. The two stared at each other in silence. The man attacked again, but Nighthawk remained still. Nighthawk dodged the attack and turned the fight in her favor. Nighthawk disarmed her opponent and pinned him against the wall. Nighthawk subdued her opponent in a single move. Nighthawk took the man down and kept him restrained. Even while restrained, the man stared at Nighthawk without giving up. The man kept resisting despite being completely overpowered. After winning the fight, Nighthawk realized the situation had become more complicated than expected. An acquaintance found Nighthawk in a very awkward situation. Both were left speechless by the awkward situation. Nighthawk tried to come up with an absurd excuse to explain the situation, but no one seemed convinced. Nighthawk noticed something and immediately became alert. Nighthawk realized the man was hiding something and became alert. Nighthawk noticed the attack from behind and reacted at the last second. Nighthawk dodged the attack and stared coldly at her attacker. He smiled. The man realized Nighthawk had combat experience. The man revealed that he belonged to the same line of work as Nighthawk. The man explained that he knew Nighthawk from the past and revealed that he also carried problems he could no longer fix. The man revealed that he used other people to lure Nighthawk and force her to face her own problems. The man apologized and revealed that Nighthawk still had people by her side. The man revealed that he was determined to win at any cost. Nighthawk realized the main race was about to begin. As the race was about to begin, Nighthawk was still stuck in the confrontation. The main race finally began, drawing the attention of the entire crowd. The decisive battle finally began. As the race began, Nighthawk launched her attack. Nighthawk blocked the strike and kept the pressure on. Nighthawk leaped away from the attack and kept her distance. The two exchanged glances and realized the fight was far from over. Nighthawk finally landed a direct hit on her opponent. Nighthawk took her opponent's weapon and turned the fight in her favor. The man kept attacking, but Nighthawk maintained the upper hand. Nighthawk struck her opponent and realized something was changing in him. Nighthawk took control of the weapon and pressured her opponent even further. Nighthawk noticed a sudden change in her opponent's behavior. Nighthawk charged forward without hesitation to finish the fight. The man blocked the attack and tried to strike back with everything he had. She dodged. She landed the hit. She won the fight. Even poisoned, the man kept fighting. After his defeat, the man made one final request to Nighthawk. Something unexpected happened, drawing everyone's attention. Even while busy, Nighthawk answered an important call. An unexpected phone call caught Nighthawk's attention. Nighthawk was shocked by an unexpected revelation. Nighthawk discovered she had won a fortune and became ecstatic. The two celebrated the victory in shock. Nighthawk realized she had hit the jackpot. Nighthawk panicked when she realized how much money she had won. Still unable to believe her luck, Nighthawk had no idea what to do with so much money. Nighthawk celebrated her victory after learning that only one target remained. Shinoda showed up to check on the situation after losing contact with Nighthawk. Nighthawk suspected that the fortune she won had neutralized the poison. Shinoda stated that he would handle the final target and ended Nighthawk's mission. Before the backup arrived, he asked to speak with all 7 enemies at once. Nighthawk learned that the final target had betrayed his former comrades because of debt and the bounty on her head. Shinoda warned Yotaka about the true nature of the final target. Before leaving, The man asked Nighthawk to grant his final request. As his final request, the man asked for a hard slap and a goodbye message for Ban. Nighthawk prepared to grant the final request. Nighthawk tried to stay serious, but couldn't hide her embarrassment. Embarrassed, Nighthawk handed the ticket to the man. Nighthawk insisted that he take the ticket before she changed her mind. Nighthawk had no idea what the man should do with all that money. Overcome with emotion, Nighthawk finally admitted how much those people meant to her. Nighthawk thanked her friends, while Shinoda warned that the backup would take a while to arrive. The man thanked Yotaka before saying goodbye. Yotaka felt awkward after the man's farewell. Despite feeling embarrassed, Yotaka said goodbye as the man finally let go of her hand. As he left, the man was glad to know that Nighthawk was no longer alone. Yotaka extended her hand and offered friendly farewell. Yotaka smiled and asked to keep the ticket. The man thanked them for their help and apologized for everything he had done. Yotaka believed that, with the prize money, everything would work out. Even with the money, someone believed things wouldn't end so easily. Later, Yotaka received several drunk messages asking her to come pick her up at karaoke. When he arrived at the karaoke place, Juno found Yotaka completely drunk. Juno found Yotaka drunk, singing and partying. The three sang and celebrated completely out of control. When they saw Juno arrive, they called him over to join the party. The party continued, and they tried to drag Juno into the singing. Drunk, Yotaka leaned on Juno. As Juno carried her, Yotaka, still drunk, asked what he truly thought of her. Even while being carried, Yotaka insisted on continuing the party, but Juno took her home. Waking up in an unfamiliar room, Yotaka tried to remember what happened after her drunken night. Unable to remember anything from the previous night, Yotaka tried to recover her memories. Seeing the woman in the room, Yotaka panicked. She made a joke and amused everyone with her carefree attitude. She kept joking, while the other girl grew embarrassed and didn't know how to respond. After waking up, she found the room in complete disarray and tried to figure out what had happened the night before. As she tried to recall the previous night, she began wondering if she had truly been special to someone. She felt embarrassed while trying to remember the previous night. Realizing she had lost her memory, the other girl tried to reassure her. After learning about the memory loss, she introduced herself again and tried to help the other understand the situation. Even after hearing the explanation, she was still trying to understand what had happened. She finally agreed to tell the truth, but decided to ask for something in return first. The two shared a toast and celebrated their agreement enthusiastically. She said she would answer the questions later and insisted they keep enjoying the moment together. She accepted the free drink, and the two continued enjoying the moment together. She complimented the other's appearance, and the two continued having fun while drinking together. She kept praising the other girl as they enjoyed their drinks together. She corrected the teasing remark, leaving both of them even more embarrassed. She returned the teasing with a smile, and the two kept joking around as they talked. She realized she was having far more fun than expected while spending time with the other girl. During their conversation, she revealed her recent age milestone, but the other girl didn't seem very impressed. She reflected on how much she had changed over the years and felt like she no longer recognized herself. She complained about getting older and realized her body was no longer the same as before. The two shared their frustrations about aging and realized they were dealing with similar problems. The two laughed as they realized they shared the same struggles and insecurities that came with age. While relaxing and smoking, she was joined by the other girl to continue their conversation. The two shared a quiet moment on the balcony while continuing their conversation. The two shared a peaceful moment together. The two relaxed in silence. While talking, she revealed that she had started smoking because of a friend. She realized the other girl reminded her of someone important from her past. She apologized and explained that, because of what happened the night before, she had ended up getting unusually close to the other girl. She was confused by the revelation. The two kept drinking and laughing together. The two burst into laughter and enjoyed the night without a care. The joke got out of hand, and the two turned their fun into an improvised showdown. After all the chaos, the two returned home exhausted. After a long night of fun, the two dealt with a hangover the next day. While dealing with their hangovers, the two decided to keep spending more time together. The two continued on together, enjoying each other's company. As they walked together, someone watched them from afar and became interested in the girl's identity. Realizing she was being watched, she made an excuse to step away and investigate the situation. She walked away alone, prepared to find out who had been watching her. She lured the watchers away and prepared to confront them on her own. She sensed the attack before it happened and reacted calmly, catching the attacker off guard. She dodged effortlessly and left the attacker completely stunned. With a single move, she took down the attacker and seized control of the situation. After defeating the attacker, she became serious and carefully assessed the situation. She sprang into action before anyone could react. She intercepted the attack at the last moment and prevented the situation from escalating. With precise movements, she restrained her opponent before he could react. She dodged the attack and countered without hesitation, keeping the upper hand. She blocked the strike with precision and caught her opponent off guard with her skill. She brought her opponent down with a swift counterattack and took control of the fight. After defeating her enemies, she returned to her calm demeanor as if nothing had happened. After defeating her enemies, she stood silently, looking over the aftermath of the fight. The opponents were left injured and on the ground after being defeated with ease. Upon meeting her again, she showed concern and wanted to know if she had been hurt. After handling the situation, she received recognition for what she had done. After the commotion, reinforcements arrived and took control of the situation. Even injured, she turned the situation into a joke and went back to acting carefree. She learned that she had overdone the drinking and ended up injuring her wrist. She introduced a bodyguard to protect her, while the other girl found the situation amusing. She tried to act normal, but her expression made it clear she was hiding something. She admitted that she stayed by the other side because she was having fun. She apologized for confusion, but admitted she had a great time the night before. The two apologized to each other and put the matter to rest with good humor. She questioned whether she really needed protection, believing she could still take care of herself. She insisted she was fine, but the others made it clear she still needed protection. As tensions rose, various groups began to gather, signaling the start of a major conflict. As they discussed the situation, they learned that a new organization was rapidly expanding and threatening the balance of the underworld. They discovered that the new organization planned to eliminate Nighthawk to take control of the underworld. She was warned that the next enemies would be far more dangerous, making protection essential. Realizing how serious the situation was, he stated that they would need to stick together to survive the conflict ahead. As they discussed preparations for the coming war, she was reminded that she needed to regain her former strength. As tensions rose, various factions gathered together, signaling the beginning of an impending war. With war approaching, she resolved to regain her former skills to face the challenges ahead. As they prepared for the next step, they discovered that something important had gone missing. They discovered that her favorite weapon had gone missing, revealing how important it had been during her former days. Even knowing how important the missing item was, she offered to help find it without hesitation. While searching for the missing item, she found something embarrassing and took the opportunity to tease the other girl. While searching for the missing item, she kept teasing the other girl, leaving everyone embarrassed. She remembered that, despite her serious appearance, the other girl was very different from what she had expected. The search continued with laughter and teasing as they reminisced about the past together. After the teasing got out of hand, she promised to take the search more seriously. While searching for the missing item, she got distracted by memories of the past and old photos. While searching for the missing item, she found old clothes and started reminiscing about the past. As they talked, she felt she had finally found someone she truly connected with. After all the commotion, she went back to thinking about food and suggested ordering something to eat. As they talked, the teasing took a different turn, and she started joking about an unexpected detail. As they talked, the conversation shifted to daily habits and personal details. Upon finding her old weapon, she reflected on the past and the importance that object once had in her life. She recovered her old weapon and explained that it was far more important than it seemed. After recovering the old weapon, she tried to awaken memories that the other had forgotten. She showed the recovered weapon, drawing everyone's attention to what she was about to reveal. As her former identity resurfaced once more, everyone was surprised by the memories of the past. While reflecting on the past, she admitted she was still far from regaining the strength she once had. After hearing the revelation, he fell silent, trying to process everything he had just learned. By showing a glimpse of her former skills, she impressed everyone around her. He realized that, despite the setbacks, she was determined to regain her former strength. Despite the costs and difficulties, he decided to move forward with the plan. While talking about the past, she called over someone important to continue the conversation. She apologized for the trouble she caused and admitted that she had let her emotions get the better of her. She thanked him for the help and felt relieved that they had found the missing item. She realized they had a lot in common and could understand each other better than they had expected. While reflecting on the past, he realized how close the two had become. Before leaving, he asked her to take good care of someone important to him. She accepted the request with a smile, but quickly returned to her carefree attitude and thoughts of food. Despite her complaints, he made it clear he had no intention of making things easier for her. She tried to justify her actions, but the others remained concerned about the risks she was taking. To avoid being recognized, they suggested changing her appearance before things got worse. She took the opportunity to have fun and decided to turn the makeover into a game. The two moved forward with a plan, while one of them still doubted the makeover would work. She praised the other's new look, but the conversation quickly returned to food and fun. She ended the discussion with a playful tease and pulled the other along to move on. She tried on different outfits while the other girl had fun picking combinations and praising every look. Excited about the makeover, she took the other girl to try on new clothes. While picking out clothes, she enjoyed teasing the other girl and spending time together. While talking about the past, she realized she might have been the influence behind some of the others' habits. She remembered an old friend and smiled as she recalled the times they spent choosing outfits together. Seeing her new look, she was impressed and continued helping complete the makeover. After the makeover, she appeared with a completely different look and surprised everyone. She tried different styles and ended up impressing everyone with her new appearance. She tried another new outfit, showing off a confident and stylish appearance. She showed up with a completely different look and confidently showed off her favorite style. She showed up in another bold and playful outfit, continuing to surprise everyone with her transformations. She was having far more fun than expected and decided to keep the game going by picking more outfits for the other girl to try on. She concluded that the other girl looked good in any outfit and kept enjoying the makeover. While trying on the new outfits, she ended up feeling embarrassed by all the attention. She kept trying on outfits while the other watched with excitement. Looking at herself in the mirror, she began to carefully assess her new look. While trying on clothes, she noticed something strange and immediately became alert. She became alert. Realizing the danger, she acted immediately to protect the other girl. She recognized someone from her past and was immediately shocked. While changing clothes, she heard an unexpected remark and was left confused by the situation. Seeing the person in front of her, she finally realized who was behind everything and was left stunned. The figure from her past approached and teased her, making the reunion even more tense. As the tense reunion continued, she tried to act normal and unexpectedly changed the subject. She appeared in a new outfit, leaving everyone curious to see the result. Noticing something was wrong, she showed concern and tried to help the other girl. She apologized for misunderstanding and tried to clear things up in a light-hearted way. The mysterious visitor revealed something that made the reunion even more tense. The visitor made it clear that she had a personal interest in Nighthawk, raising the tension even further. While recalling a past incident, she learned that a betrayal had led to the downfall of her entire group. Facing the person responsible for the past tragedy, she could no longer hide her hatred. He admitted using the man as bait and defeated him with ease, revealing his true plan. A monstrous creature revealed its true form. As she drew her knife to attack, she noticed something unexpected and was left shocked. She swiftly dodged the attack, disarmed her opponent, and took control of the fight. She seized the opening and brought her opponent down with a direct strike. She stayed alert. In the present, he demanded even more. She watched the creature as its presence grew stronger and stronger. Hearing Yotaka's name, she sensed the danger and became alert. He concluded the target was not who they were looking for and decided to leave. After hearing Nighthawk's name, she calmly returned and revealed that she had bought ice cream. While observing the situation, he realized the threat was not over yet. He sighed, annoyed by yet another interruption at the worst possible moment. While thinking about the girl, they wondered if they would ever see her again. As he was called out, someone casually stopped him to start a conversation. His colleague noticed his gloomy mood and tried to cheer him up with a casual conversation. He complained about his colleague's teasing as the two continued their casual banter. His colleague mentioned a potential employer, but he had no idea who they were talking about. He explained that the man was a notorious hitman known for constantly changing organizations after causing trouble. He explained that the hitman used his allies as bait, yet kept getting hired because he always completed his missions. His colleague questioned what made that hitman so special among so many others. He was obsessed with Nighthawk. He explained that the man was dead inside. Hearing that, they became curious about the man's true intentions. The two accepted they had no choice and decided to go out for a drink. As he prepared to leave, he realized he still hadn't received an important reply. She remained alone, visibly shaken. She returned with something to cheer her up after what happened the day before. Despite trying to help, she realized the girl was still feeling down. A threatening figure appeared behind the girl and intimidated her with sinister warning. Frightened, she finally mentioned Snake's name. Hearing Snake's name, she immediately became alert. She looked for Fuku around the house, confused about where he was. Unable to find Fuku, she continued searching around the house. She found Junior and asked where Fuku was, worried because she couldn't find him anywhere. He revealed that Fuku had left. After hearing the news, she was shocked when someone suddenly appeared before her. She met the mysterious man, who revealed that he had been the one who lured her there. He confirmed that he had found the person he was looking for. She demanded to know why he had that photo, and he revealed that he kept records on everyone he used. He admitted that the girl had led him to an even bigger target than he expected. She defended her friend, while he provocatively corrected his words. He revealed that he still intended to use the girl, even after discarding her. Seeing the memory of her friend, she was shocked and rushed forward in anger. Consumed by anger, she charged forward without hesitation. Hearing the codename Owl, she remembered Mimi and hesitated for a moment. She remembered a light-hearted moment with Mimi before returning to reality. She remembered a fun conversation with Mimi and the moments they had shared together. She remembered Mimi complaining about being broke while dreaming of having more fun. She remembered that Mimi had taken a job connected to Snake shortly before disappearing. She realized too late that Mimi had already been used and discarded by Snake. Snake was hired to eliminate a single target without leaving any traces. But Snake made it look like a war between rival organizations. He explained that, during a faction war, a death would be seen as nothing more than collateral damage. By causing a massacre among innocents, Snake completed his mission. She finally understood the reason behind everything. Consumed by grief, she charged at Snake, who revealed the truth about her past. Snake mocked her pain, claiming he would never have kept living after such a cowardly escape. Snake claimed she ran away because she wanted to live, and made it clear he never pitied her. Snake mocked her for abandoning her old life and changing over time. Snake claimed that she let her emotions interfere with her work. Snake simply mocked her reaction. Shaken, she wondered what she could still do to change the situation. Overwhelmed by despair and guilt, she swore to make Snake pay for what happened to Mimi. Snake called her pathetic. Snake decided to spare her, but stated that he still intended to use her in the future. Snake revealed that he intended to use her as bait to lure out Nighthawk. Snake gathered his pawns in an abandoned warehouse to put his plan into motion. Snake revealed that everything was ready for Nighthawk's arrival. She insisted that Nighthawk would not come, since she had already cut ties with her. Snake believed that, after years of living a normal life, Nighthawk would not ignore someone important to her. She realized that Snake had chosen her as bait because of her connection to Nighthawk's friends. Snake was certain that Nighthawk would come, while she offered to take all the blame herself. She accused Snake of treating people like objects, while he ignored her anger. Consumed by anger, she finally snapped and confronted Snake without fear. Snake criticized the assassins, claiming they only kept killing each other. She realized that Snake even used his victims' friends against them. Snake pointed out her hypocrisy, reminding her that she had done the same thing in the past. In tears, She admitted her mistakes, but still tried to justify her feelings. She broke down in tears while Snake watched in silence. The man noted that the former legend had lost her shape and become an ordinary person. Head bowed, she silently accepted the harsh reality. Two men listened to a woman being tortured and casually discuss her appearance and fate with total indifference. The man was distracted by malicious thoughts until a sudden noise startled him, leaving him confused. Overtaken by a sinister feeling and sweating in fear, the men froze as a clawed creature silently emerged from the shadows. A huge rat appeared unexpectedly, staring at the situation in utter confusion. Under the full moon, the giant rodent encountered a lurking bird of prey. The man broke into a sweat upon noticing the imposing bird of prey lurking above him. The man looked back in panic as a bare foot landed behind him. The bird dived the exact moment the blade struck. The bird of prey lunged with open talons at the defenseless rodent. A sudden attack struck the man, leaving him completely shocked. With their hearts racing in terror, they were left completely paralyzed by shock. He smiled manically upon realizing she had arrived. She walked away with blade in hand, leaving her defeated opponent on the ground. He became intensely emotional while she offered her thanks in absolute shock. Her heart raced under immense tension as she gripped the blade firmly. Scalpel in hand and cold gaze, the legend of Nighthawk emerged.